Welcome to Merida, Mexico. My mom and I spent 5 unforgettable days exploring this colorful, historic city in the heart of the Yucatan Peninsula, tasting incredible Yucatan dishes and learning all about the rich Mayan culture and history. Hey, I'm Kimberly, and this is Krod Collective, where I teach you how to travel solo, travel smart, and help you fall in love with Spain. If you're new to the city and to Mérida like we are, then you can take a free walking tour. There are so many to choose from in the city. I will link below the one that we chose in the description box below. You can also do a bus tour as well. And we are on our way to that now. But before, we need to fuel up and get some coffee. So we're going to go do that now. We stopped at a cafe called Manifesto. The space was bright and the coffee was really good. I had an iced latte and a small pastry. It's really hot here, like in the 90s. I think it's something like 97 degrees today. So that iced coffee was definitely needed. Okay. A walking tour is such a great way to get to know a city and get acclimated with the sights and the history. This tour was good. It was right around 2 hours, and she took us to all of the major sites in the city, including Plaza Grande, which is one of the main squares in the city. The cathedral, Santa Lucia Park, and she told us the history behind the famous You and Me chairs that you'll see all around the city. The chairs were installed in 1915, and legend has it that they were designed because a man from a nearby village agreed to let his daughter meet her suitor in the park, but didn't like how close they were getting on ordinary benches, so he had these benches made so that they could sit facing each other but not get too physically close. Now, I don't know how true this is, but this is supposedly the story behind the famous chairs. So we just finished the walking tour. It was great. We learned so much. And now we're in Plaza Grande. And we were going to eat, but we're not that hungry right now. So I think we're just going to hang out around here for a little bit. We were thinking of going into Palacio de Gobierno. So some of the government buildings around here and checking that out. So I think that's what we're going to do now. This is the governor's palace. It's on the north side of Plaza Grande, surrounded by iconic landmarks of the city. The entrance is free. It was constructed from 1879 to 1892 and officially opened in September of 1892. Inside, there are 27 murals by Fernando Castro Pacheco, who was a Mexican painter from Mérida, and each walk you through the Yucatan's history. We are on our way to La Chaya, which is one of the most popular and most famous restaurants here in Mérida. And I believe here at this restaurant, you can get any classic Yucatan dish that you can think of. I'm pretty sure they have it here. Today, we are trying something called agua de Chaya, Chaya water. Chaya is a tree spinach, and it's native to this area. And apparently, it's richer in iron than spinach, and they make refreshing beverages out of the Chaya here. So we have Chaya water. We have one with limon, with lime, and then we have another with piña, pineapple. So we're going to try it. And then also, I ordered the traditional Yucatan dish called pak chok, and it's thinly sliced pork that's been marinated in citrus. And it's served with pickled onions, tortillas, I think a little bit of rice, and beans. And I'm actually going to be doing a mini food tour here on the channel. I'm not sure when I'm going to post that video in relation to this video. So if I've already posted it, I will link it here in the cards up here. And I'll also link it down in the description box so you can check that out if you want to see more Yucatan dishes that you can try while you're here in Mérida. Okay, so this is the agua de chai with pineapple. And then this one is with the lime. So I'm going to try. And this one is the pineapple. Okay, I want my mom to try and then tell you which one I think is better. A little sweet.
Got bits of pineapple in it.
But yeah,
This is nice. And I just could do it a little bit more.
Which one do you like better? Me too. Me too. I like the one with the lime better. Yeah. The one with the lime is better to me, but they're both good. But I like the one with the lime.
Do it a little bit more.
Yeah. Okay, Mom, what did you think of the food?
Oh, the food was awesome. The food was awesome. The pork was so soft, so flavorful and juicy. That's what I got. The drinks, oh my gosh, that chaya, absolutely
so
wonderful.
Good.
The tortilla, soft and fluffy, and they were hot. They were warm.
Yes.
They didn't, and the sauces were very nice.
I agree. The food was so good. It was so good I couldn't even film because I was so focused on eating the food. It was so good. I was actually just telling my mom that Mexico, probably because of where it is geographically and the climate, reminds me a lot of the Caribbean. And Mom agrees.
Yeah, some part of it reminds me of Jamaica. The same plants, they have the bougainvilleas, the aloe veras, the lemongrass, the irises. All that stuff is just growing wild here. I see coleus in the walkways. It just reminds me of home.
After lunch, we walked down Paseo de Montejo, one of the most iconic avenues in the city. It has wide, tree-lined sidewalks, and there are historic colonial mansions on this street. It's easy to be swept up in the beauty of it all, but I do want to address that beauty did come at a cost. Much of the wealth that built this street were built on the backs of indigenous Mayan people. And while some would say that the hacienda system that was in place at that time wasn't slavery necessarily in the way that we define it today, but it was forced labor, debt, and exploitation. While the colonial legacy is very clearly visible in the Yucatan, what really stood out to me on this trip was just how strong the Mayan heritage still is today. We are on the hunt for some sunscreen. So we're looking for a grocery store or somewhere where we can buy some sunscreen because the sun is so hot. A little pit stop. We have been looking for a grocery store all day today, and two locals led us to Suriana, a local grocery store here. So now we are in the store trying to find, some paper towels, some water, some sunblock, all of that. So that's what we're looking for right now. So we just got back from the store, and Mom and I stopped to get a drink. We are at a bar called Murciélago. It means bat in Spanish. I think we're really early because there's no one else here. Dancing, enjoying we're going to enjoy our cocktails. So we'll see. My mom got the hibiscus mezcalita, and then I got the mezcal sour. It's really good. So every evening in Mérida, they have something going on, some nightly event. I think some of them are put on by the tourism board, by the city, and they're all free. Things like cultural performances, Yucatan music. On Tuesday nights, I think some of the locals get together and dance, and I think there's also a band as well. I think they dance to traditional Yucatan music. It was really nice to see the older locals gather to dance in the park. It felt like something they truly looked forward to each week, a tradition woven into their everyday lives. It really made me think about how, as travelers, we are often dropped in the middle of a different society's world, and it's so special to have that small glimpse inside. It feels like such a privilege. Good morning. It is 5:30 in the morning. And we are waiting for our pickup because we are doing a day trip today. We're going to Chichen Itza, a cenote. So, yeah, we are excited. Excited?
Yes, I am. We're ready to go.
It's early, but we're ready. This day trip was incredible. The tour had 3 stops, so it was long, but it was worth every penny. The first stop was Chichen Itza. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's one of the new 7 wonders of the world. I'm sure you've seen the iconic pyramid in photos. Being there in person was amazing, and I had no idea that it was such a massive site and so spread out. Next, we headed to a Mayan family's private cenote. A cenote is a natural sinkhole formed when limestone collapses and exposes the groundwater underneath. They're found all over the Yucatan Peninsula and were very important to the ancient Mayan people. Today, some cenotes range from cave-like caverns like this one to open-air ones. It was so refreshing. This was one of my favorite parts. The family that owns the cenote also made a beautiful lunch of traditional Yucatan food and fruit. It was delicious. The last stop was Izamal, also known as the Yellow City. Nearly all the buildings are painted a bright golden yellow, and it sits on top of ancient Mayan ruins. We are in Izamal. This is our final stop on this day trip. This day trip has been fantastic. I highly, highly recommend. I will drop the link down below if you want to book it, if you're coming to Mérida. It's absolutely stunning. The view is incredible. There's just such a peace up here. And a really nice breeze, if you can't tell. But it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, that was a climb. I'm not sure how high up we are, but we're pretty high up. The clouds and sky looks very close. It's really hot here. I suppose the heat coming off the rocks. But here at the top, there's a nice breeze, so it's not so bad. And we get to see this panoramic view. But I'm enjoying this. The cenotes were really, really good. And lunch was wonderful. We had a nice group.
We are back in Mérida. Guys, that tour was amazing. I was actually recommended that tour from a friend of mine who came here last year and took that tour, and he recommended it to me, so now I'm recommending it to you. It was really, really great. We had such a wonderful time, but now we are on our way to dinner. We had dinner at the Museum of Gastronomy, which was top on my list and recommended by so many people. It's a hybrid museum restaurant. The museum features traditional Yucatan food and the history behind it, along with interactive displays of Mayan villages, and demonstrates how tortillas are made. They're especially known for their Chichen Itza, a slow-roasted pork dish cooked underground using traditional Mayan methods. And as a matter of fact, every day at 3 p.m., they uncover it, and you can watch the process and even get a taste. So good. It's full of flavor, and it's really tender. So this was the end of the day for us, but remember when I said that every night the city throws a cultural event? On Fridays, they do a live demonstration of the ancient Mayan ball game, Poc de Poc. It was just too good not to show you. It has deep ritual and spiritual meaning. The players use their hips to keep the rubber ball in motion. There are 2 teams, and the goal is to hit the rubber ball through the vertical stone hoops. They even pass around the ball for you to see what it feels like. And if this isn't enough fun, they even light the ball on fire, and you watch the players try to keep control of this flaming ball with their hands. I don't think that this is part of the ancient game, but more of a modern twist. But it was still fun nonetheless. After dinner, we headed to a gelato shop called Pola. So today is actually my birthday, and I wanted dessert, so we came and got gelato. And I got the marquesita flavor. Sounds good. Ooh. It's unique. I like it. Yeah. Okay. It's a dessert here in Mérida that's made with like a waffle crepe-like thing, and they fill it with chocolate and cheese and different toppings. If you want to learn more about that, definitely check out that video right here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!